we've got a GB development crew on the right-hand side versus an Australian crew on the left, haven't we?
Yeah, so this crew here, so it's the Town Challenge Cup, the Open Women's Fours, Sydney Rowing Club Australia and A.S.R. Nereus. It's predominantly Australian boat. There's a couple of athletes from US colleges, Sarah Hoare, as I mentioned, from Sydney Rowing Club in the 3-seat, and sweep rower rather from Nereus, up against Cambridge University and Leander Club in the buck station on the right side of your screen.
Yes, one Dutch rower in the boat on the left-hand side, wasn't it, along with 3 Australians. But that was a very clean start there, wasn't it, from the Sydney and Nereus crew. And there we go, there into that tight shot of them. Off they go, very smooth and powerful off the blocks there.
Yeah, great start there from the Sydney Nereus crew. We can see Lauren Graham in the bow seat, Jessie Vermeer, who is in the 2-seat, Sarah Hoare in 3, and Lexi Northrop in the stroke seat from Commercial Rowing Club. We heard the umpire here just warning Sydney about their steering. So it's a little bit unclear from this angle.
There's quite a lot of intent there from the umpire, isn't it? And you could see that in the early shot, the veer over. I hope they're able to get this under control. It looks like from this shot here, doesn't it? It looks like they're now steering it off to the, well, to their right-hand side, but from our view, the left-hand side of the course.
And it looks like both crews are perhaps a little bit towards the middle here, so I think both crews will have to ensure that they are in the correct station. I assume that it's Lexi Northrop in the stroke seat who will have the steering. This is her first Henley Regatta. She rowed with Jessie, that's Jessie Vermeer, at Ohio State University in the United States. And Lauren Graham and Lexi were on the Australian under-23 team together last year. And she won a bronze medal at the under-23 World Championships in 2019 in the Cox 4. She's just graduated in International Relations and World Politics.
Yeah, so it looks like Lexi, the stroke of the Sydney crew, has the steering foot in this boat here, actually. So she's just getting familiar with the course, I guess. But this is, yeah, this is getting quite close here for both crews to be there. I guess it looks like the Leander and Cambridge crew has moved over a little bit to the Berkshire station as well. There now they're just heading back over to the Buckinghamshire. But this is what you often get with the fours, actually. It's just because you're trying to match up all those different power coming from each single oar and each single athlete. There can be a little bit of jostling for steering, but both crews unimpeded at the moment. Still really good racing here. A good close race between these two crews.
Yeah, I imagine a little bit close for comfort for the umpire. We can see Sydney just moving back onto their station, but for me, it's really looking like both crews are probably a bit close to the centre. It's interesting that Leander hasn't had a warning, because I think both crews are probably moving off their station, but we can see certainly the Sydney crew moving back into the centre of the course, so they're going to have to be careful here, stay on their station. We've already seen a re-row this week from a crew who collided. I think that was Oxford Brooks and a French crew who had a re-row the other evening, so we don't want to see that happen again here. We want a nice clean race down the track, so both crews are going to have to be careful here, staying on their stations. It's
like a choreographed dance with this steering, both crews sort of going. So here again, is this Sydney going to the middle? Cambridge has been warned again now. There we go. Well, this is getting quite close to comfort, but this, you know, again, as we mentioned, the power in fours are always difficult to keep it all channeled and balanced to go directly straight forward. And what people don't often see is that it's only done through a foot on the right-hand foot, usually. The right foot, sorry. It's a swivelly foot with piano strings to a rudder. So it's all quite rudimentary stuff, and that's how they're controlling these boats and keeping them straight. And they're trying to do that by eye, by just looking down the course and gauging where that boom, the wooden runners down the side of the course is. So, you know, it's a difficult task, because there's always going to be a little bit of meandering around.
And as we see here, the Leander crew in the stroke seat there, Lauren Carey, Letters Cabo behind her, Sarah Portsmouth in 2-seat, and Phoebe Campbell in the bow seat. This is a crew from the GB Rowing Team Development Squad.
So it looks like the Sydney crew is starting to get a bit more control over this race, don't they? But neither crews are really settled into this. It's still quite a lot of, you know, yeah. Looks like, you know, it could go either way, doesn't it, really? Like this GB crew is definitely hanging on the coattails.
Yeah, still overlap with these two crews, and again, both crews coming towards the middle here. this Leander crew, I think, you know, you really want to move onto your station. You don't want to be rowing in the dirty water and the puddles of a leading crew. So to give themselves the best chance of a free run down the course, they will need to move back onto their station into the clean water. But as you say, Adam, incredibly difficult. You've got to remember as well, they're facing the opposite way to what they're rowing, of course, so they don't have a straight view down the course. Normally we'd race in a buoyed course with lanes, marker buoys on each side, which gives you good perspective to be able to steer off. So, and I think I've steered on this course before in the Princess Grace, and you feel a lot closer to those booms than you actually are.
Even when you're meters away from them, they always feel terrifyingly close, and obviously we know the risk of what can happen if you do clatter them. That was quite a good move there from the Cambridge and Leander crew. They're just coming back onto terms, but maybe offset a little bit by their steering. But this is hotting up again. Yeah, who have we got in the stroke seat there? We got Lauren Carey again, sporting her Yale hat where she's been studying, stroking that Leander Cambridge crew.
Yeah, very strong crew here. This is half of the boat that won the Under-23 World Championships for Great Britain in 2021. Sarah Portsmouth is a 3-time Cambridge Blue as well, and as you said, Lauren Carey, she raced for Yale varsity crew at the NCAA Championships and previously won the Wargrave Challenger Cup with Leander Club. So a very strong crew here from Great Britain, about 3/4 of a length down on the crew from Sydney Rowing Club Australia and ASR Nereus. And in the stroke seat, we should give a shout out to Commercial Rowing Club of Australia, which is where Lexi Durft rows from.
I like this. There are obviously a lot of friendships here, and international friendships, isn't there? Because there's one Dutch girl in this crew and then 3 Australians. So it's lovely how people link up to form a crew to race at Henley, and they're doing a great job here, holding off the Cambridge and Leander crew still. As they come into the enclosures, this is always where it's going to hot up. So can Lauren Carey draw on her experience? Again, well, a bit of steering going on there. It's just, you know, this is tight stuff, as I guess they're trying to ramp up and find the next gear as they charge into the final straight.
Sydney! Oh, as we hear another call here from Sydney. A little bit of wild steering we just saw from the British crew. They have to be careful here because those big adjustments really wipe speed off the boat.
Especially in a 4 as well, where it's quite a delicate balancing act across all 4 blades to keep them off the water. A bit of steering correction can throw you onto one side, but this looks like it's been very well controlled here now by Sydney Rowing Club and Nereus. Very well rowed there, and a good test for the umpire in the first race of today.
Yes, it looks like, I think it's Richard Phelps in the steering, in the umpire position there at the front of the launch, so he's going to know he's had a race from the get-go this morning. As they're coming down to the line, this has been tight, overlap all the way down the track, but it is going to be the combination crew of Sydney Rowing Club Australia and A.S.R. Nereus from the Netherlands defeating Cambridge University and Leander Club in the Town Challenge Cup.